Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from t-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring, enjoy our memorabilia. And we're back! Oh, Flash!
No substance!
No substance. It turns in the bag. Happy New Year, our first top 5 of 2022. And I wanted to look back at the best and the worst of 2021. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened. Now, this particular top 5 is not going to be relegated to just movies. It's going to be pretty much everything, as much as, that I found interesting anyway. So let's start. Number 5. Worst. I'm going with the worst. Number 5 worst. It's coming to America.
Was it the worst of the year?
It was in my top 5.
It was the 5th worst.
It was the 5th worst. Coming to America had such high expectations, and it went so much into the nostalgia that it was bad. It was pathetic, actually, in a lot of ways. And Eddie Murphy, I love Eddie Murphy. But when you expect so much, because if he's reuniting with the director of Dolomite Is My Name for this film, you're gonna want some kind of continuity when it comes to what they built in that movie, and they just didn't do that in this. It's almost like they just rehashed the whole freaking thing, and not even in the Force Awakens style. It just sucked. I hated it, this movie. There were some scenes that were okay, but overall, barbershop. They should just do the barbershop scenes over and over again. I'd have been happy with it.
Oh.
But outside of that, this movie was not very good, and I love Eddie, but yeah, that was a miss for me. Number 4! Number 4 was The Little Things.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Or like the ending, it was just kind of like, really?
That movie, oh my gosh, I was looking at it like, oh man, it's gonna be Saw, or not Saw, it's gonna be 7, or oh, it's gonna be The Bone Collector.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't even him.
it sucked. It was freaking awful. And by the way, when you get to the ending, the killer's never caught.
Somebody else.
Yeah, it was awful. I hated that movie. And what a waste of Jared Leto. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, he was playing creepy like Jared Leto does. I mean, I felt like they cast correctly for that.
Well, they wasted him in Suicide Squad, so why not?
There you go.
Number 3.
Number 3!
Number 3 is Spiral.
You're just talking about the continuity and everything.
Now, don't get me wrong. You know what? I should have even had this in 5 because it wasn't that bad. I liked Spiral, but it just when you're extending the Saw franchise, and there was a lot of similarities, obviously, because it's Saw and the traps are the star, really. But that presence of Tobin Bell just was not there, and
He's old.
I mean, look at him. The antagonist of the film was just it just didn't seem right. It felt out of place. The political correctness and the issue on race and all of that stuff. It's just something that. It's just not Saw. There's just no lesson learned, and that's the point that I'm trying to make here with that, because that's what Saw is. Saw is about teaching lessons. There ain't no lessons here except treat people right. That should be ongoing no matter what it is. So there was something about it. Sorry. Number 3. All right, number 2 was freaking Snake Eyes. All right.
I feel like it should be number 1. It's such a disappointment. I already know what number 1 is.
Exactly. Number 2 is Snake Eyes, not for the action. The action's phenomenal. Andrew Koji is one of the best martial artists out there today. I think he's fantastic in Warrior, and he made an excellent Storm Shadow. But
I still like the other guy better.
it's called Snake Eyes, and you don't see Snake Eyes at all, like at all. The whole freaking thing about and Terrence and I have talked about this on numerous occasions. Snake Eyes is a Caucasian man. He's a Vietnam vet, commando.
They're brown washing your Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Completely origin story is way more interesting than this movie was. Now, not to take anything away from Henry Golding or anybody like that, because he's great, but I needed him to be the crazy rich Asian on this one because this was not a good movie. Like I said, the action scenes were great, but that's it. It was a bunch of scenes, and that's it. And for them not to show the suit until the last freaking few seconds of the movie is ridiculous. But
Trying to get you to see that sequel.
but the promo art is everywhere. The promo art is everywhere with him in costume, with the mask. Nothing. There's no mask. It's not Snake Eyes. It's Golding. It's not freaking Snake Eyes.
Your generation was not what this movie was trying to get. They're trying to get a new generation of fans.
Great, but let them.
Bumblebee, they took his voice away.
True.
And they made him a Camaro.
But guess what?
And G1.
He was still a robot. This guy is not a commando. He is not a commando. He is not a Vietnam vet. He is not nothing. I don't care if it's Golding as a Vietnam vet. I don't care if his face is freaking disfigured as long as if it's Golding. I don't care. But give me Snake Eyes. That is not Snake Eyes. I did not like it. Sorry.
If you disfigured, it would have been Deadpool.
Exactly. But a mute. Number one. That piece of shit. Book of Boba Fett. I'm sorry. We're gonna do a review on the Rule of Two on this show, but right now, at this very moment, it's in episode 2. I haven't gotten to 3 yet, and maybe it's gonna work out. Maybe they're gonna Falcon and the Winter Soldier this and get better at the end. I don't know, but as of right now, this is the worst show I've ever seen when it comes to Star Wars. I cannot stand this show. They completely mistreat the true foundation of what Boba Fett is, the bounty hunter aspect, whether he's gonna be the new Kingpin or whatever, taking over the Hutts. Great. But you gotta do it in Fett style. This is not Fett style, and if it is, it's Jango Fett, not Boba Fett. So I am not interested in this show whatsoever. But that's my number one.
I think they're doing some great stuff. Just too many flashbacks.
Okay, so honorable mentions real quick.
Honorable mentions. Sorry, this is the worst.
This is the worst. Mortal Kombat. Who the hell cares about that freaking one character that's both Scorpion and whatever the hell he is? What's his name? Cable? Cable or not Cable?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, no.
The armor on him.
Yeah, nah.
It should have been Johnny Cage.
It should have been Johnny Cage.
Didn't do that.
Why do you know why they did? Dune.
Dune was too long.
Too long.
It was too long, and then it didn't even end on a satisfying clip.
How about give me some more Zendaya, give me some more Bautista, and there you go.
They were in all the damn promos.
Yeah, but they're barely in the movie. Okay, Venom 2 could have been better.
Could have been better.
Matrix Resurrections.
Could have been a lot better.
Eternals.
I think Eternals is getting a bad rap. I liked Eternals. It was too long.
Too long. Tiger King 2.
I didn't finish it.
It's awful. That show sucks. It's so bad. I do not like. That's an awful show. The Protege.
Oh, I didn't even watch that to begin with. I was like, I already know what this movie's about from the trailer.
Old.
I did watch that, and I wasn't satisfied.
It was not good. And surprisingly, Addams Family too. It was not good. It was not funny at all. It was so disappointing. That's why it's an honorable mention. And dishonorable mention, that's right. And of course, Fast 9. Yeah. Let's go to space with duct tape.
Rock's not coming back to the series.
No, he is not. All right, now that we've gotten the worst out of the way, let's talk about the best, because there are a lot of good things that happened in 2021. Let's start with number 5. Number 5 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Number 5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Worthy freaking effort at redemption when it comes to Justice League. When you're looking at the 2017 theatrical version that Whedon did, sucked. It was good, but you don't hate it. Anyway, but it was a complete redemption. Zack Snyder put his vision out there for Justice League, and it was phenomenal. 4-hour cut. Obviously, if they would have, they're gonna have. I think they have it on Blu-ray where it's the entire freaking thing. Yeah. But breaking it down the way HBO Max did was great. Good effort there. Number 4. Number 4 is Free Guy. I love me some Free Guy. I have never seen it.
I don't know if I would put it on the best of.
Yeah, man, it was different. Different. I think that's what I liked about it the most. It was really different, and you don't see things like that.
Katana's would have called this Deadpool.
You don't. Not really, because he was like real innocent and not, kind of like just completely, just genuinely a nice guy. So, and I think that's what I liked about it. And Ryan Reynolds, he's always playing the smart ass, the asshole, and he's not that in this one. When you see a vulnerable side to Ryan Reynolds, like The Proposal, and like Free Guy, it just brings something different to him, and that's what I liked about it. And Channing Tatum is freaking scene stealer, phenomenal.
He was.
All right, that's number 4. Number 3 is Godzilla vs. Kong. You hadn't seen that since the 1960s, and when you see it, and you have that stock invested when it comes to the MonsterVerse, starting with Godzilla to Kong Skull Island and so forth, it's a great payoff, and I'm really looking forward to see what they do with these characters moving forward, especially with the concept of Hollow Earth. But this movie was. I call it the movie that saved cinema, because this is the first true blockbuster, not even Wonder Woman 84, shut up Terrence, could save cinema after a pandemic, and Godzilla vs. Kong was the first title in April of 2021 to actually get some decent attendance into the movie theater, saving a lot of jobs and proving to everybody that cinema is still, alive and well when it comes to the movie theater. So that's why I hold that one in such high regard. All right, that was number 3, right? Number 2!
Number 2!
Is CM Punk's return to wrestling. Dude.
The hype has died down so much.
The hype has died down, but when the pop that he got when his music hit and you hear Cult of Personality and just the ovation that he got after 7 years of not being in the ring, whether I think honestly it would have probably been louder in WWE.
Yeah. But
for what it was, being in Chicago to a sold out crowd, and that he returns, it was just goosebumps all over, man. I honestly believe that is the debut that changed the landscape when it came to wrestling of where it is to this day, and actually highlighted freaking AEW to be a real good, solid competitor or competition for Vince McMahon and the WWE. And it opened the floodgates to all of these different, returns as well, especially with Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole, which they're doing nothing with, but whatever. But Punk's return is the one that freaking changed the game, man, and it's freaking awesome. I can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He'll get another one when WWE ultimately buys AEW.
Yeah. So that was my number. Is that 3? Was that number 2? Number 2. Okay. At number 1.
Number 1.
Now I'm gonna change. I was gonna change, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. I'm gonna keep it at Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think the impact that it has done, the first Marvel film to really give you a Marvel experience that Black Widow didn't do, that Eternals didn't do, and to a certain degree Shang-Chi really didn't do. This movie did. It gave you Endgame results. It gave you Infinity War results. And I think that's one of the things that really gave us that little bit of normalcy. And I live it firsthand because I work in a movie theater. But that was, to experience that again was like taking me back to 2019 when Endgame premiered. And it was absolutely phenomenal. So kudos to everybody that involved in that movie. It was a fantastic movie. Check out our review. We'll have it out there pretty soon. But that's my number 1. Honorable mentions. Squid Game. Gotta be, because that's like 5A, 5B. Squid Game was freaking phenomenal. We were both the freaking, the Squid Game characters for Halloween.
I feel like you're going to kill it in season 2. I feel like it's...
I hope not. You're probably right, but I hope not. But it was fantastic. If I had to take anything out of my top 5, if I had to take Free Guy out, since you had a big problem with it, exactly. I would put Squid Game in there. There you go. All right. Well, why don't we just do that then? Go ahead. Take the graphic out there, Terrence. All right. Shang-Chi, great.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad was way better than the.
By the way, I can't wait till we do top 5 reordering the Marvel films.
Why do you say that?
Because now so many more have been added since our last one.
Oh, that's true. Nobody. That was a good movie. It was like John Wick.
It was John Wick. It was literally John Wick.
Ghostbusters, Afterlife.
Yeah.
Good one. Shang-Chi, like I said. Yeah. Mitchell versus the Machines. That was a funny ass movie. That's a funny ass movie. I love that movie.
Little kids to go to movies to see stuff like that.
Candyman was a worthy effort. And
yeah, it was a good effort. I feel like they overcomplicated it, but I feel like
it was a good effort. Last Night in Soho. If you haven't seen Last Night in Soho, you gotta freaking check that movie out. It's freaking awesome.
The trailer has not sold me on that.
Red Notice, Halloween Kills, 8-Bit Christmas. I love that movie. It was freaking awesome. And House of Gucci straight up because of Lady Gaga. But I'm gonna freaking.
The reviews on that is not good.
No, but she is fantastic in it. And real quick, because I already know I'm losing time, it's Malignant. Freaking Malignant is awesome.
Oh my god, I would forget Malignant.
Malignant is awesome. Yeah, it wouldn't have made top 5, but it would have definitely made top 10, definitely. So you got to check out Malignant. Hey, hit the like, subscribe button for all the videos that we put up there. That way you get to know when we're putting new stuff out. Hit our Patreon or get some shirts from Teespring. We got them all. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit Terrence up on Facebook. He can answer you, but it's all right. And you can also hit me up at The Goods Podcast on Instagram as well. For Terrence, that's right back there doing absolutely nothing and just judging me on my picks. Art, Aspen, Carla, love y'all. See you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down, patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it. Top